Right, now that we have all the separate elements of the second Doctor, let's make like the Avengers and assemble. Ha, funny joke. Right, the first thing we're going to do is sew up these feet. Grab yourself a sewing needle. And if you've already seen the first Doctor's video, this isn't too difficult. It's just put it in there and sew this hole shut. I like to go for a cross stitch, but you don't have to. Just sew it in there so that it's nice and the filling doesn't come out anymore, and then make it so that it's flat by inserting your needle, pulling it out somewhere else, and then pulling that so that it becomes a little bit more flat. Then you grab your scissors and you cut it off. Like that. And now you do exactly the same for the other leg. Now I'm going to sew on the arms. I always like to make sure that to see clearly how I want the arms to go on, so like that. And then I put the needle in there already. Then something like this. It's not really an exact science of how you do this, but I try my best. As you could see, I wasn't very happy with how it was going to turn out, so I disassembled it, and now I'm going to hopefully do it a little bit better. That was just to show you that it's okay to make mistakes. And when you're done, just make your needle come out of his chest. And there you go, that is one arm done. Now, do exactly the same for the other arm. And now that the arms are done, let's move on to the most difficult part, and that is the hair. This is probably the best time to say that I'm not a big fan of this hair, but it's the best that I could come up with in the limited time that I have. But I think it does the trick, doesn't it? If you can find out a better way to crochet his hair, let me know. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm sorry. If you have like a longer string or thread in the middle, you could grab that and just insert it in the middle of his head, like, I don't know why I'm doing this with my left hand, like this, like right in the middle there, and make it come out like here, I don't know, and pull that tight so that that looks ridiculous, but okay. So and now you can do that inside out again, or right side in. No, yeah, you know what I mean. And now your hairpiece can't move anywhere, see? Of course you have to cut this off, or you can use that to sew on the sides, and make sure that all the like the blobs are as flat as possible, because you don't want him to look like a 20s housewife. Unless you do want him to look like that, in which case don't make the bulbs as flat as possible, but as bulby as possible. And just like with the first Doctor, I'm not going to sew the hair down everywhere, like not here and here, but only on the sides, because when it comes to it, those are the only places that matter. So I'm going to do that into the head, and then make it come out again through the head and the hair. Because that way, it's the least visible that you really sewed it on there. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I always wonder, like, if this was the Toy Story universe, when crocheted toys would come to life. Like, would he come to life now if I left him alone? Because it's pretty recognizable what he is, right? But he's not finished yet. Or would I have to finish him before he can come alive? You know, share your thoughts in the comments. Unless you don't care, in which case you can tell me that you don't care in the comments. Right, and when you're finished, just insert it somewhere and make it pop out in another place and cut off your yarn. Like that. And I'm also going to cut this off because it's not very pretty, is it? There we go. There he is. Yeah, as I said, not a huge fan of his hair, but I think it does the trick, doesn't it? You can tell what it's supposed to look like, right? This is my first attempt, and I think maybe this one turned out a little bit better. I'm not sure, because this one really looks like a housewife from the back. But you're not supposed to look at these figurines from the back. Anyway, I am also going to do the embroidery on his shirt and his mouth now. So for the mouth I'm going to use some thinner yarn. Get that through your needle. I like to insert the yarn in the back somewhere. And then just like with the first Doctor, make your needle come out where you want the like one side of your mouth to be, and then put it in where you want the other side to be, and then make it pop out again where you want the bottom of your mouth to be. And there you go. And now you've got a lovely smile. And then kind of sew down that arch and make your yarn come out somewhere else. There you go. Lovely. Cut off this. And now you have a lovely smiling doctor. And now we're going to do the bow tie and his suspenders. Cut off quite a bit of the same yarn that you used for his hair and his trousers, because this can be a little bit thicker. I'm going to do the bow tie first, so I'm just going to insert it in his back somewhere, and then make it come out like there, right below the corner of his mouth, and pull on that yarn until it disappears here, like that. And now I'm going to insert it once again on the Y level of his other corner, but a little bit lower, and make it come out again right underneath his head. And now I'm going to poke it inside of that first hole again, and make it come out right below the upper left corner of his bow tie. That might have been a little bit too tight, so I'm going to pull that out a bit. Now I'm going to insert it in the upper left corner and make it come out in the upper right corner. And finally make it go in the bottom left corner again. I'm just going to poke it out of his back real quick to see how that looks. Oh, there you go. That's a lovely bow tie, if I do say so myself. Alright, now I made it pop out here, but we don't actually want it to come out here, so just insert that back. And now go to the top of his trousers on his left side. Make sure that you don't see this. It doesn't really matter if you can still see it, because his coat is going to be over there. Right, so now it's coming out of the left top of his trouser, and now just like suspenders, put it over his arm and insert it on the top left of the back of his trousers, and then make it come out on the other side. It appears I am choking him, which isn't necessarily what you want to do. Most people aren't choked by their suspenders. There you go. And then do the same thing on the other side and make it come out like there or something. And there you go. Now he's got some suspenders and a lovely bow tie. And the good thing about this technique is I'm not sure yet, but I'm pretty sure that we will use exactly the same thing for the 11th Doctor, because he also wears suspenders and a bow tie. Cut that off, and now you're done if you don't want your second Doctor to have a coat, but I do, so yeah, let's make that, shall we? And if you've done the first Doctor, it's not that different. It is very much based on his coat. Originally I even wanted to just copy it, but then I thought, no, I won't be cheap. The coats differ enough in the actual show to make them something different in my recreations. So we start off with a slip knot and 20 chains. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, and now, just like with the first Doctor, we are going to single crochet in the next 3 chains. So that is 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now insert that chain into the 4th stitch along on the original chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be here if I counted correctly. And now 6 more single crochets into the original chain. So that's 7 in total. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now once again 5 more chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And insert that once again in the 4th stitch along the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now 2 more single crochets. 1 and 2. Right, we're going to do a turning chain. So that's just 1 chain like that, and turn our work. And now we're going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch until the end. And coming up on the last stitch, there we go. Now we're going to do 3 more chains. So instead of 1 turning chain, we're going to do 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. And now once again 1 single crochet in every stitch. And 1 more in the last stitch. Now we're going to do 3 chains, just like last round. 1, 2, 3. And the next 3 rounds we're going to repeat what we just did. 1 single crochet in every stitch and 3 chains at the end. Going to do that for 3 more rounds, so 3 more rows, so that's 5 rows in total, and then I will see you back. Right, now you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Now we are going to do, once again, one more single crochet in every stitch, but at the end of the row we are not going to do 3 turning chains, but only 1. And when you're at the end of the row, just chain 1 and turn your work. Now we're going to do that for 4 more rounds. So in total you should have 10 rounds, and when you're done with 4 more rounds of single crochet in every stitch and 1 turning chain at the end, then I will see you back. Alright, and when you're done, just cut this off, pull it through, and there we go. And the final step is to make a sleeve just like this one, but just pretend that I didn't already do that one. The way you do that is by working rounds around this hole. So insert your hook somewhere here. Like that. Grab your black yarn and wrap it around your hook and pull it through. And now repeat that for every stitch, like around that hole. There you go, and if you've done that for the entire hole, then just do 1 single crochet in every previous stitch, like this. Maybe grab a stitch marker to indicate where you've begun, like that, and just do one single crochet in every stitch for the next 8 rounds. So that is 9 rounds in total. And when you've done that, you are done. The only thing left to do is to hide the strands of yarn, and then you're done. So I will see you when you've crocheted 8 more rounds. And once again, when you're done, cut this off, pull that through. Now all that's left to do is to get rid of these annoying threads. So yeah, just do that like this. There we go, that is our coat entirely done. Now all you have to do is put it on. And there you go, there you have it, the second Doctor. This is my original one to use as a reference, and yeah, I hope you found this tutorial useful. Hopefully you got something that you kind of like, and join me next month for a tutorial on the third Doctor. So until then, goodbye.